Barbara Bush, wife and mother of presidents, dies at 92.
Behind every great president is a great, strong woman, and so she did serve her country, certainly in that way, in serving her husband.
Authorities arrest a 15-year Bexar County Sheriff's Office veteran in connection with the 2016 sexual assault case. City leaders consider viewshed protection, protecting local landmarks from development that could obstruct their views. And the Spurs return to the AT&T Center down 2 games against Golden State.
You knew the Spurs were going to make an adjustment, and they did, but the Warriors were able to overcome that adjustment because, well, they're just that good. And the result of it is they take a 2-0 lead heading back to San Antonio for games 3 and 4.
I'm Chance Storlin with your Express Briefing for Wednesday, April 18th. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts. And get each day's top news and sports headlines delivered to your inbox at expressnews.com/newsletters. Barbara Bush, the fiercely loyal wife of one U.S. president and mother of another, who was a champion of literacy and admired public figure in her own right, died Tuesday at her West Houston home at the age of 92. The AP's Mike Gracia has more.
Former First Lady Barbara Bush has died at age 92. In a statement, a family spokesman says she died Tuesday. Born Barbara Pierce in Rye, New York, Barbara Bush was wife to former President George H.W. Bush and mother to former President George W. Bush, who was one of 5 children. The Bushes were married January 6, 1955, and had the longest marriage of any presidential couple in American history. In a 1990 commencement address at all-women Wellesley College, Mrs. Bush told the graduates, "Cherish your human connections."
Whatever the era, whatever the times, one thing will never change. Fathers and mothers, if you have children, they must come first.
Barbara Bush made several trips to San Antonio, including while her husband was on the campaign trail, as well as a visit for the dedication of Barbara Bush Middle School. Tuesday, Sheriff's Deputy Leonard Lopez turned himself in and was charged with sexual assault of a woman. The 47-year-old is a 15-year veteran of the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Javier Salazar says Lopez and the woman in her mid-20s knew each other, with the alleged assault occurring in September 2016 while the deputy was off duty. Last May, the woman approached the San Antonio Police Department with allegations about the officer. Lopez was a sheriff's office spokesperson from March through May of last year, when authorities say he was transferred to the Sheriff's Training Academy for reasons unrelated to the allegations. The sheriff's office was made aware of the allegations on May 20th and placed Lopez on administrative duty. Tuesday, Lopez was placed on administrative leave and will now receive pay for the next 10 days. Following that, the pay runs out, and Lopez will not be allowed to return to his position. Lopez is the 3rd deputy arrested this month. Last week, former Deputy Michael Gomez and Deputy Joseph Anthony Hernandez were indicted on charges related to allegedly assaulting an inmate in June of last year. Tuesday, the City Council's Arts, Culture, and Heritage Committee voted to send 4 sites to the full council for what's known as viewshed protection. Committee Chairman Roberto Trevino supports viewsheds, noting San Antonio will benefit economically by protecting iconic landmarks. He stresses the need for his colleagues and the community to understand how the protections work. Office of History Preservation Director Shannon Miller says city staff received significant input on potential sites for protection, with 9 locations most often referenced by community members. Tuesday, she presented 4 sites for potential protection: San Fernando Cathedral, the Tower Life Building, the Hayes Street Bridge, and the view of Basilica of the Little Flower from Woodlawn Lake on the city's near west side. The council committee approved the staff recommendation, forwarding the 4 sites to the full council for a vote. And the Warriors lead the Spurs 2-0 as their playoff series heads to San Antonio for Game 3 on Thursday.
Hello, everyone. It's Jabbar Young here for your Express News Spurs post-game wrap, along with Jeff McDonald. And Jeff, can the Spurs, that adjustment that was made, putting Rudy Gay in the starting lineup, will it pay off at home?
I think it can. And I think really the main adjustment besides that was just playing harder, playing with more energy, not getting pushed around, not getting punked. For the Spurs to have any chance to win a game in San Antonio, they're going to have to at least bring this kind of energy and hustle. And if they can do that, then they also need to make some shots. 4 of 28 from 3 just isn't going to cut it.
Yeah, Warriors got like 30-something assists on 41 made field goals. But I look at the Rudy Gay thing, and obviously they didn't call his number as much in the second half, but the first half it paid off. How do you think this is going to pay off, Dennis? I like the move. I mean, we talked about it before off camera. Me and Mike Finger was here talking about it. We said, listen, they got to start Rudy Gay because it frees up LaMarcus Aldridge. And because of it, because Rudy Gay was on the floor when LaMarcus was on the floor, he had a much better game.
Yeah, they needed more scoring or more threats to score in that starting lineup. And as you mentioned, they don't go to Rudy as much when he's on the floor with LaMarcus as opposed to when Rudy was coming off the bench without LaMarcus. But it does open things up to where there's another option that the defense has to account for.
Looking ahead to Game 3 now, obviously this is going to be the starting lineup moving forward. I can't imagine Greg Popovich going back to that. What needs to happen, man? I mean, the Warriors, maybe the Spurs can take advantage of the fact that maybe the Warriors coming in 2-0, maybe feeling a little comfortable because, they like to turn that switch on and off. And maybe the Spurs can benefit from that. But I almost feel like they need to play this way and just hope that the Warriors miss way more shots.
Yeah, they're going to need some help. Aside from making shots, you're also going to need the Warriors to help you out and miss some on their own. If the Warriors bring their B-plus A game, you can play your A-plus game, and Warriors are still going to beat you.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, if there's anything that the Spurs can take out of this is that the Warriors took care of home court advantage. They, won their 2 games, and now San Antonio has to go back the other way and do the same thing, games 3 and 4 starting on Thursday. And we know the Spurs are a much better team at home, so, maybe that'll pay off. And Manu Ginobili he looked happier after this loss and said, we feel good. We feel good because we didn't get blown out. We didn't get beat down, so we feel good. We'll see if that feel good, that momentum, that little bit of momentum that the Spurs have after a Game 2 loss can maybe turn into a Game 3 win. For Jeff McDonald, Jabbar Young here at Oracle Arena. Remember, catch all your Spurs news and notes throughout the postseason, expressnews.com.
And that's your daily San Antonio Express News briefing for Wednesday, April 18th. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts. I'm Chance Dorland.